All right, guys, here we are back with another episode of World War Whiskey. Tonight we have two under $20 Kentucky bourbons. Can they be good? Let's see. But I think we're going to be impressed simply because these aren't those run-of-the-mill, like knockoff name brands that you might see at like Food for Less or something like that. But we'll see. But these give me a little bit of hope. The Old Tub here is a Kentucky bourbon by Jim Beam, 100 proof, 50%, heavy hitter. Picked it up for $18.99 at Total Wine and More. So check that out if you want a, pretty heavy alcohol volume for cheap. And the Old Forester here is a 43% alcohol content, 86 proof, that I also picked up for $18.99 from Costco. So both of these are under 20 bucks. They retail for right around 20. I think the Old Forester retails around 2021 and the Old Tub here around 22. So either way, even if you got to pay full retail price, you're going to pay around 20 bucks. But being we can get these under 20 bucks, and you should be able to somewhere, I think I've seen them on sale a lot lately at different places. They might be worth picking up for 20 bucks, for $18.99 plus whatever your state sales tax is. So let's get into it and see which one is most worthwhile. So let's start off, as I said, this Jim Beam, this Old Tub. This is unfiltered. Now, both these guys have been making whiskey for a while. The Old Forester, 150 years they've been making some bourbon here. And Jim Beam, we've done an episode on him before, or at least his whiskey, and they've been making it a while too. And they've had a long, crazy history. I just recently found out that Daniel Boone actually was a relative of Jim Beam's relative that gave him this land that they used to make the whiskey. So that Daniel Boone you hear about in stories and whatnot, yep, that was him. And thanks to him, we got whiskey. And really, Jim Beam, I found out recently as well, created the single barrel, or small batch barrel, I should say, type of whiskey. So that's something else I hadn't heard, but he kind of created that novelty. Just because it's small batch doesn't mean it's necessarily, something fantastic, but he kind of created the genre. So let's check this out. Old Tub by Jim Beam. Definitely looks like a Kentucky bourbon. It looks a little darker in the bottle than in the glass, but it's dark in the glass. Definitely has a nice fruity aroma to it. Some kind of cherry, and has a little bit of an alcohol smell, being 50%, but let's see how it tastes. So I really didn't smell the wood, but the wood is much more pronounced. It doesn't taste sweet, so I smelled the sweetness, but I didn't really taste it. Definitely like leathery and chocolatey. You could tell the unfiltered flavors coming through. So very good, very potent, very different. If you gave me that and told me it was a $30, $40 bottle, I'd believe you. Now, is it super refined? No. But for $18.99, give me a bottle, maybe two. Yeah, this just has a really strong, like pouring it straight out the oak barrel. The char on there is pretty heavy too. So, all right, let's open the Old Forester 46%. As I look for my water, I have no clue what I did with it. I wanted to do a rinse, but my water disappeared. Angel's share must have gotten my water. So, Old Forester versus Old Tub. Wow, this one has a nice sweet aroma too. Both of these are very sweet smelling for how strong the alcohol content is. And I don't smell any alcohol in the Old Forester. Wow, okay, this one's different. This one has a little more refinement, but it is a heavy bourbon for 43%. So you do taste, even though you don't smell the alcohol, you are going to taste it. It's going to burn if you're not ready for it. And it's overall pretty good. Let me give it one more sip here. Yeah, it's a little plainer. It's a little simpler. It's a little more standard bourbon. Mixing it with an old fashioned, drinking it on the rocks, it's going to be great. If I'm just going to drink it straight, for me, the Old Tub was kind of a novelty, but it was a good novelty. It was different. I enjoyed it. I appreciated kind of the potency and the flavor that's there. Old Forester for $18.99 is darn good. I would get some Old Forester and keep it around your house for when people come over, when you're mixing some drinks, or when people want it on the rocks. I think it'll be great. It has enough kick at 43% to really be good, and to really not get too weak if you put it on ice. You can drink it straight. It does have a hit. Old Tub has a hit to it as well, but Old Tub is, for $18.99, is just fantastic. So both of these are good. You can't really go wrong. This is going to be more your standard one if you just want to have something around that people will like. If you want to have something that's going to really knock your socks off, literally, with the 50%, pick up the Old Tub. You'll enjoy it. So that's our winner tonight, Jim Beam Old Tub. We'll see you guys soon.